Congratulations and welcome to the 8th grade class of 2019. You may be seated. And if you are standing in the back, please come in and find a seat. We welcome you to the theater, and we're about to begin our ceremony. Welcome to all, and I'd like to introduce at this time Mr. Brian Drake, the 8th grade science teacher.
Welcome, everybody. This has been a long process. This has been a year. This has been a year. First of all, 8th grade, we made it. We're here. It's that time now. And there's no dance tonight. So at 10:30, you get to go away. Of course, our 8th grade would not be here without parents who provided them. So we can give a thank you to all the parents. All right. The only place in my life where I really like to be long-winded is in my classroom. And I am long-winded in my classroom. My goal is not to do that today, but we'll see. I ramble sometimes. I don't really prepare a speech because they tend to go and go and go. But there's two quotes that are kind of old proverbs, and they're contradictory, but they're both true. Okay? The first one of those things is the only constant in life is change. A lot of us have gone through a lot of changes this year. There have been a lot of things that we have seen, a lot of things that we have experienced. I've been to a new classroom, a new curriculum, and a new house this year. And there have been a lot of actual significant things that have happened in a lot of our lives. Those aren't really all that significant. The other quote, or the other proverb that I think really works is, The more things change, the more they stay the same. And those should be contradictory, but it seems to be the way things really are. This is my 20th 8th grade finale that I'm running this year. I have been running the 8th grade finale since 1999, which would technically make this 21, except I took a year off in 2006 when my daughter, who's over there in the 7th grade somewhere, was born. But 20 years. Now, in that time, I've gotten married. I've put on weight. I've lost weight. I've lost hair. I have not regrown hair, except in my ears and my nose. But things have changed, but things have stayed the same. I'm still here. We're still here. Many of you are going on to new places next year, but it'll still be school. And it'll still be, kind of the same. But it'll be different at the same time. I feel like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, if any of you have seen that movie. The kid giving the speech at the end. Oh, there's like computers and stuff. But you're going to see a lot of changes, but at the same time, things will kind of, for most of us, most of the time, it'll just be along kind of the same course. Ride the changes. Okay, I like to talk about waves, right? Okay, great. That was the first half of the school year. Okay? There are going to be waves. There are going to be waves. Ride them. Ride them, dive through them, come up, whatever. Make it through, come out on the other side. You're all going to do great. Okay? And that is all. All right. Every year, we do give a series of awards to 8th grade class members. There's some variations on the theme here, but the general theme is we give an award for the student who, in some way or another, could be academic, doesn't have to be, has shown the most growth through the course of the school year, and we also give an award for the student who has achieved the highest overall grade in each of our classes for the year. We will be bringing each of the 8th grade teachers up to present those awards, and the way it'll work, they will come up, they will announce the names of the students. The student will rise to be recognized, but will not, for the most part, approach the stage just because, we're all dressed up and stumbling over each other as a mess. Okay? They will stand to be recognized, and then they will get to have a seat again. And so without further ado, I would like to first introduce our 8th grade American History and Social Studies teacher, Miss Elizabeth Baer.
Good morning, Calloway. I'm Elizabeth Baer. I was lucky enough to teach all of the 8th graders in social studies this year, and I have 2 awards to present for social studies. So my first award for academic achievement goes to Shannon O'Sullivan. My second award for growth and achievement goes to Lily Palmer. Congratulations, you guys did an amazing job this year. Next, we'd like to bring up Mr. Georgeson.
First, I would like to recognize a driven young person who has been very successful in my Exploring Business class for maintaining the highest grade point average in business education and her scholastic excellence. My Distinguished Achievement Award goes to Daphne Tanner. Finally, I would like to recognize a young woman who has served as an integral part of Calloway Business Professionals of America. And she's also excelled in all of my teaching endeavors, whether it is either of my business education classes or BPA After School Club. She has always done a fantastic job. This year, the 2019 Calloway Business Professionals of America President, my artistic growth goes to Tiffany C2. And now I'd like to bring Dr. Michelle Morton up.
So you are going to be my last 8th graders, and so I was extra. So I have 2 growth awards and 2 highest GPA awards, which there were like over 6 of you who had over 100% average in my class, so that's pretty amazing. So the first academic growth is for Alon Peters, who this last marking period just killed it, so please for me. Was a turnaround like mid-year and then just continued to be excellent, and that's Lucy Murphy. And then my highest achievers, Ivy Hoffman, who's actually going to DC this summer for her soapbox win, and Genevieve Breen. Among the academic accolades in my class, finished all 4 modules of EGOM, and those of you who did that know how hard it is. Now, it's my turn to introduce Mr. Cabinet.
I'm too prepared for this today, because apparently I can just come up and say 2 sentences. I'm really never really good at these kind of things, because I normally have like 1 hour and 20 minutes to give you any kind of idea. I will try my best to be quick. Over this year, I've earned myself so many best friends. I'm sorry, besties. Many friendship advice, okay? I really do have to upgrade my friends, apparently. And I've been on so many different like movie posters. I was the Pope one day, I was in the Titanic poster one day. I'm basically in everyone's poster for some reason. And I actually got this just last Friday. This year is high production. Normally I get a piece of paper. I actually get Mr. Next quote, like a booklet. Over the year. It's really good, thank you. And I cherish all of them. I will say these ones as well. And I know some of you have been dying for me to say this. I love all of you. And in the future, if you do need help, please do come by. I still run the Tuesday after school help. Let's move on to the important business. The highest growth and the highest GPA. Let's start with the highest growth. I have this student this year, and this student would come to my advisory period every single day. She would skip her own advisory period, and she would be standing outside, and my group of advisory students get so tired of her. They try to block the door. They would just tell her that Mr. Mac said, we don't want to see you. But she wants to be there just so that she can ask me a question every single day, and they never stop her. She still shows up every single time throughout the year. And whenever she finally gets to see me, she would say, Mr. Mac, can you help me with this question on Khan Academy? They are torturing me. And Ariana Down, this award is for you. So the last week, the highest achievement for math this year. Well, we have over like 10 students with perfect score throughout this year. I picked the students because she's always the leader of the class. She's always doing something for the teachers. She's always eager to help another student. And she tries her best every minute in class. She also has a wonderful skill of drawing trees. And she's also very good at doing Photoshop. She actually made Titanic poster that much better by putting my face in it. So, the highest GPA for math goes to Tiffany Seaton. This is Christina McGarry.
Good morning, eighth graders. It's wonderful to see your smiling faces. So, to start with my highest academic achievement, I think this student very early has found and nailed the work-life balance. She's very involved in many things outside of school and yet still manages to maintain her focus and her tenacity and has inspired me very much as a teacher. I think one of the most beautiful things in this student is that in all of the achievement, they have always kept at the center fun and, more importantly, being a person who is kind. So please stand and be recognized, Kylie Sheldon. One of my most favorite things about working at Calloway is that I see you from 6th grade to 8th grade, and I'm one of the only teachers besides your art teachers that gets to see you grow over all of middle school. So my most growth is not just based on 1 year of seeing you, it's based on 3. This student has shown immense growth over the time that she has been here. She's patient, she this year came out of her shell and is very eloquent in sharing her points of view when she's participating in class. We've had very honest, open, and vulnerable conversations, so the inspiration on me as a teacher has been indelible. She's a wonderful influence on her friends and also has found the ability to balance her focus while just enjoying being an 8th grader. So please stand and be recognized, Jalen Howell. And now I would like to reintroduce Mr. Brian Drake.
Try not to be too tired of me yet. You're going to get a lot of me today. All right, in my class, I try really hard to make sure that I'm working with the students and making things available to them. Because I was in a new curriculum this year, you know all those due dates? I pretty much ignored every single one of them. I don't think I marked anybody late for anything this year. But sometimes you gotta let something go in order to just function. For me, my highest achievement in science this year, and I'm very happy to say this because this particular student was just a very quiet presence in my class the entire year, and that is Mr. Taryn Permani. And my growth award, who I'm just realizing actually comes from the same period class, is a student who I'm hoping is going to learn that she really can trust herself. She seemed uncomfortable when she got the right answers to things. And she's got no reason to be, okay? And that would be Miss Jessica Stay. All right, well, you get to get rid of me again. So, at this time, I would like to, I think we are on to our two awards. So, I would like to bring up Mr. Stephen Mayo.
Morning. I'd like to start by just saying this class has been extremely special to me, everyone. And thank you, parents, for giving me the honor of serving the children. Saying that, let's start with the highest GPA award, the Outstanding Excellence. Once in a while, you have a student who challenges you as a teacher and comes to you with questions and has better ideas. And you go home that night and you think, man, I got out my game. And then you have students who are humble. And no matter what, they're very humble in their approach. The person who won this award is both. Humble and achieved. Ava Barton, would you please go back? Speaking of people I admire as students, the Growth Award is always tough for me because there's so much growth I see. In this particular year, I have to agree with one of my colleagues, Tiffany Situ. How do you do it? You're amazing. At this point, I'd like to introduce Ms. Taylor Nancy Robbins.
Good morning, Calloway. I'm Tara Robbins. I teach dance here at CAB. I first want to say how much I'm going to miss my 8th grade dancers. It's been such a pleasure for 3 years to have you. They were my first class when I started here. Maybe my favorite class. But anyway, it's been a pleasure. We've had an awesome year, and I wish you guys the best in everything that you do in the future. So our highest achievement award in dance this year goes to a young woman who, from the second I met her in her 6th grade year, I knew was special, and that would be Kylie Shelton. For our Growth Award in dance, this goes to a woman who this year has really come out of her shell. She has shown me she is so capable, and I know she's going to have a bright future ahead of herself in dance, and that is Rose Grace Van Dam. And our Dance Major of the Year award for 2019 is going to a student who is exceptional in every way, who I really had the chance to connect and bond with, and has been an incredible asset to our dance program. She is kind, humble, and will also have a bright future. This is Nina Gosa. I want to say thank you to all the dance families for supporting everything you've been up to this year. It means a lot. I'd like to go ahead and introduce Margaret Badger.
Good morning, Calloway. I'm Margaret Badger. I'm the piano programs teacher for 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. The 8th grade class of piano majors has many extraordinary individuals. Memorable, challenging, interesting, talented, the whole mix. I have 3 awards to present this morning. The first one for superb artistry, for distinguished artistry through all 3 years. An elegant performer who floats onto the stage and plays impeccably, and when working with other people, predictably, who has graciously inspired the 6th grade this year and has maintained an excellent GPA in all classes, as well as being a double major. Please stand and be recognized, Isabel Bruin.
through this year. Yesterday, I was having a conversation with an 11th grader who came to Calloway as an 8th grader, and that's a particularly challenging thing to do. This young lady came in brand new to Calloway, also a double major, also a distinguished scholar, and came in and was truly overwhelmed, being in the same class, for example, as Isabel Bruning on piano, and has worked so diligently and has been a wonderful mentor to her younger sister, who is also a 6th grade piano major. It has been such a joy to have you here and to feel inspired by you and to see your dedication and your growth. Please stand and be recognized. La la la. Our final award for piano, the piano studio is a small space. As Mr. Drake once said to me, it must be nice, from your desk you can reach any student and slap them across the room.
You would never say that.
You would never say that. It's tiny house piano, but I do like it. I'm so grateful this year that we got ceiling fans and a dehumidifier. It's a cozy little bunker in the basement, you know, black walls, no windows, but we have a lot of internal light. And this next award goes to someone who has been a constant light and a constant joy, who has shown grace beyond expectation, who has always offered the most noble within themselves, and who, you know, I would take any piano major into my home and I would give some of them keys. This lady, I think I would entrust with my soul. She's an incredible human being. So, please stand and be recognized, and thank you for all your service to all of us for 3 years. Kimora Briscoe. May I present to you our strings teacher, Miss Bonnie Ayers.
Hello, I'm Bonnie Ayers, the strings teacher, as Mrs. Badger said, for 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grades. I want to say to my 8th grade strings class, I have so thoroughly enjoyed having you for the last 3 years, to see your growth, to see how far you've come, and you make me laugh just about every class. The highest grade point average award goes to Genevieve Green. We do a class vote for most improved player, and this year the class vote went to Alana Mays. I'd like to introduce Amanda Curry.
So I'm Amanda Curry, and I have the pleasure of teaching 6th, 7th, and 8th grade theater majors. Like Ms. Madsen Robbins, they were also my first class here at CAB, and I'm honored to work with them. From developing devised work for showstoppers this past fall, to writing, directing, and performing in their very own one-act plays on the main stage last month, I'm incredibly proud of these 8th grade students, and I truly wish I could award each and every one of them. So I have a couple words to give today. The first award is the highest GPA Achievement Award. This goes to 2 students who have shown incredible dedication, hard work, and maturity as theater practitioners. We take our job very seriously. And we have fun too. Both of these students consistently go above and beyond, exemplifying what a theater major should be. Focused, driven, and always further pursuing his or her craft. Those students are Cadence, I'm gonna mess up your name, my love. Fedizanen
Yes. Yeah, close enough. Better. Despite the fact that I have asked her to help me with pronunciation, I still messed it up. I'm sorry, dear. And Shannon O'Sullivan. For my next award, I also will be awarding this to 2 students who have shown enormous growth and dedication this year, taking a lot of self-responsibility, exemplifying leadership, and really putting in the necessary work as an actor or a director this year. And those students are Kai Holton, and Damon Howard. Great work, you guys. Thank you so much. Next, I'd like to introduce Miss Lindsay Austin.
Hello, good morning, everybody. How are we doing? So, speaking here every year, I've realized that I'm like super bubbly and poppy just because I'm so extremely nervous. So I get really, really excited and I mumble and it's super fun for everybody to listen to, which is awesome. So I have to start out by saying we had a breakfast celebration this morning in visual arts, and I did a little like superlative for everyone because, to be honest, this is the first, and I feel like we've said this a few times, but this is actually the first year that I assessed these students into CAB. So these are like my absolute babies, and I love each and every one of them so much, and I can't even express in words. I have chills, and I'm like holding everything in. So they all know how much I love them. These awards, I'm actually, hang on. I have my little fun paintbrush awards that I give out every year too. But these awards are super difficult because you guys know how much I love all of you. My first award goes to the highest achievement with GPA, and that goes to, that's this one right here. And that goes to Sarah Zuniga Sosa. Great job, super consistent, just such a hard worker. Thank you so much for everything you do for our class. The next award I want to give for highest growth is someone who is at times quiet as a mouse, started out very timid with her artwork and being vulnerable, because in visual arts, that's, you're expressing yourself and your feelings and you're kind of putting it all out on the line. And this person has grown so much. And my next award goes to Caitlin Graham. Amazing job. And then I have one more, which is like the hardest to pick by far, which is the Artist of the Year for 8th grade. And this person, I was joking during superlatives because I was saying like, this person would most likely be the artist type that was so out there and ridiculous and might cut off his ear, but only because he was dared to do it. My Artist of the Year goes to Chad Cypher. Thank you so much for all you do for our class. So, with all that said, super exciting. I just want to thank you guys for inspiring me every day. You guys inspire each other, you inspire me, and I love all of you. Okay, I'm all done. So I'd like to introduce, for his last 8th grade finale, Mr. Mark Lasky.
I
just realized, as all the teachers were speaking, my favorite part of this entire finale each year is when the teachers introduce the kids, and it's great seeing people who are getting recognition, but it reminds me how terrific and how enthusiastic the teachers at our school are, and you guys are awesome. Here are my awarding certificates for vocal majors is always a problem for me because my grading system intentionally does not differentiate between those with amazing voices and those whose work sets them apart, but they might not have the same natural ability. Choir is a place where all are welcome to sing, to learn, and experience the joy of collaborative music creation. Therefore, one more time, I'm going to be ignoring the norms and will mention and award more than one person. When I call your name, please stand and remain standing until I introduce the next person. Carlos Mayo Jimenez. Carlos has been a consistently strong singer for the past 3 years. Regardless of the demands of the music, he always sings well and has a terrific attitude. His being selected for All-State Junior Chorus these past 2 years was no error. Issa L. Issa is one of those artistically gifted students who memorizes easily, learns all the parts in addition to his own, and is gifted so he can cover almost any male vocal part. He has consistently been a leader in more ways than singing all year. He is a great class member and always works to improve the singing of those around him. Nadia Malampati. If you know Nadia, you know she's not a loud, boisterous person, but her musicianship is amazing. Her singing in this past year's Cavs Got Talent was jaw-droppingly good, and the difficulty level of the piece was far beyond what I had ever heard any middle or high school singer perform. I assigned her the most difficult solo in the Schubert Mass in G because I knew she was one of the few people in class who could sing it well. For All-State Chorus, she was ranked the #1 soprano in the state, and when you hear her sing later today, you will understand why. Isabella Corneliza. Izzy is an amazing singer. She proves this every day, but also by being chosen to be in the All-State Junior Chorus and the Delaware Vocal Jazz Honors Choir. This marking period, Izzy approached me and asked to conduct 2 pieces this spring. I almost never have student conductors because conducting involves much more than just waving your arms around. But her interpretation of the music and her improving gestures brought out sensitivity in pieces we sang that would have been missing without her leadership. Her understanding of how to craft a song far exceeds her biological age. I've also awarded certificates of appreciation to several students, and they'll receive them in their packet when they process this morning. I'm just going to read off the names. Lauren Alston. Ivy Lilly. You can stand up, it's really fun. Ivy Lilly. Ariana Downs. Sarah Brooke. Ellie Lacey. My last award is my Artistic Growth Award. This award goes to Colin Nowak. Colin is not a demonstrative student in class and does not lead through force of personality, but his solo and his ensemble singing is amazing. His singing has improved each year, and his solo in the Broadway concert we sang was absolutely beautiful. It is the rare person, the rare singer who knows how to sing a song in a manner that allows the listener to understand the meaning upon first hearing. Colin has that gift and ability, and you will hear his singing as well later this morning. And lastly, thank you to all my classes and all my singers. This has been an amazing year and a great year to finish out for me. And now it is time for the esteemed Dr. Ken.
Good morning. And thank you once again to Mr. Lassman as well for his many years here at CAD. He was my mentor when I first got here, and he also taught me in elementary school. Here at CAD Calloway, I've been blessed over the years and am truly thankful to have had the opportunity to work with diverse student body, representing cultures and ethnicities from around the world, also a thoughtful, caring staff, as well as a wonderful administration, and of course, you the parents, and the family members that are gathered here today. So thank you, and what a great school. I have a few awards. We had an awards ceremony earlier this morning in the band room for outstanding woodwinds, outstanding brass, outstanding percussion, most improved and director's awards. So I will announce those students. They've already received their trophies. They have those in hand. For outstanding woodwinds, this year we had Delina Akala. Outstanding brass, we have Mr. Tor Frisbee. Outstanding percussion, we have Mr. Kevin Kinney. And most improved student, I've had a chance to watch this person grow in confidence on their instrument, Ms. Gianna Dixon. The Director's Award, which is otherwise known as the Mini-Me Award, this goes to a special lady, Miss Adhira Patel. The Margaret M. Steffi Award. The recipient of the Margaret M. Steffi Award, the Spirit of the Band Award, is selected anonymously by their 8th grade peers. This award doesn't necessarily go to the best band student, but rather to a student that exhibits band spirit. The Margaret Steffi Award, it consists of a trophy and also a perpetual plaque that will be hung in the band room for all to see. On the plaque now, there are about 20 students there. The Margaret Steffi, she was an instrumental music major, student at CAD Calloway School of the Arts when she lost her battle with cancer. The Steffi family established this award in memory of Margaret, and they hope the recipient will always have a love for music. Congratulations and best wishes as you leave middle school and begin your exciting high school career. This year's recipient is quite worthy of the award as they represented our CAD Calloway School instrumental music program in concert band, symphonic band, and jazz band. Mr. Quentin Wesley. At this time, I'd like to introduce Dean Rumschlag and Dr. Morgan.
Hello. Each year, we have the honor of awarding the CAD Calloway Medal. It is the most distinguished honor that you give at this ceremony every year. And I think we're going to start this year with reading what the criteria for the award are, and then Dr. Morton is going to ask all of the nominees to stand, and then we'll present the winners. So the Calloway Medal is, as I said, the greatest honor. The students who receive this medal, or these medals, are selected by the faculty and exemplify the spirit of Calloway. The criteria for the award actually spell out the name Calloway: cooperativeness, academic diligence, loyalty to school, loyalty to classmates, outstanding citizenship, willingness to serve, accomplishment in the arts, and yearning for excellence.
All right, so this year's nominees, and if you guys would stand when I say your name. Taryn Kamani. Jalen Howell. Kylie Shelton. Benjamin Block. Nina Gosa. Julian Cantagala. Ava Barton. Mayon Clark. Tiffany Fushi. Lauren Alston. Saki Growell. Allison Kubumbi. Tamora Briscoe. Amelia Moss. Colin Noah. Deja Matthews. Caroline Leone. Ivy Hoffman. Kayla Espero. Luke Morrow. Izzy Corluza. Nikki Mompati. Sarah Bird. Addie Morley. Almost done. Hayden Sedesman. And Haley Campbell.
And as I call your names, if the two award winners will please come to the stage. Miss T&I Tiffany Situ. Tamara Jewel Briscoe.
And I would now like to bring back to the stage Mr. Marty Lassman.
Dr. Campbell was exaggerating. I did not teach him in elementary school. But I did teach Mrs. Katz, who will be middle school vocal teacher next year. And I did teach Mr. Weaver, who's the high school band director at AI High School, and who was the Red Clay Teacher of the Year. And I did teach Mrs. Badger in middle school. So there you go. And they survived. The passing of colors. At each Calloway School Arts finale, we have a ceremony of passing of the colors. Actually, I messed up. We need to get the 7th grade and 6th grade recipients of the reviewer to help out with the passing of the colors up there, please. We need to do this first. And they need Mr. B. At each Calloway School of the Arts finale, we have a ceremonial passing of the colors. Although the school colors are black and white, we have accent colors that signify each grade level. Each grade has been proudly displaying their flag in distinctive color in their academic area all year, but now it is time for each grade to relinquish their color and accept the responsibilities that come with moving to a higher grade. First, we're going to ask Ethan Tiamson and Sophia Wolf, representing the 6th grade, to hand the raspberry flag to 6th grade teacher, Mr. Enhoro, who will hold it for next year's 6th grade class. And now Michelle Mao and Javier Bennett, representing the 7th grade, will pass the teal flag on to next year's 7th grade. We expect the 7th grade to represent the teal color with pride next year. We expect the 8th grade to represent the purple color with pride and set an example academically, artistically, and socially for our younger students. But now it is time for our current 8th grade students to relinquish their role as the leaders of the middle school. The teachers and the administration of the Calloway School of the Arts have great hopes for the 8th grade as they become high school students. The first step along that path for our 8th grade, represented by our Calloway Medal recipients, Tiffany Satu and Kimora Briscoe, to pass the royal purple flag to next year's 8th grade class.
Okay, before I ask Mr. Drake to come back up, just a couple of housekeeping items. First of all, it is now about 9:55. I just want to make all of you aware that if you are parked in front of the building or in anywhere in the turnaround, your car must be moved no later than 10:45 because Charter School of Wilmington is dismissing this afternoon early. They have an early dismissal. So if you are parked in that area, just be attentive to the time. We have time now, but by 10:45 your vehicle has to be moved. And also, if you are standing in the back at this time, because we have at least another 35 minutes or so, there are plenty of seats right up here in the front and also right over on the side in the back, so please feel free to come in and take a load off those feet so that you are comfortable for the rest of the ceremony. All right, and Mr. Drake.
Well, heck, we're at just about the last part, ladies and gentlemen. What we will be doing now is the essential end game. Mr. Drake is not going to die in end game. But we will be presenting the 8th grade students their certificates by their various arts majors. One thing that we ask, I will be calling the students to the stage. The one thing that I beg of you, so that all students get equal recognition, I will go through the communication arts students first, and at the end of them, I would ask you to hold your applause until the last student comes across the stage. I know we're excited, and I know we're thrilled, and I know all our babies are crossing the stage. And last year it was my baby crossing the stage, and next year it'll be my baby, my other one, she's not going back, crossing the stage again. But we do ask that you hold until the last student in each arts, so that we don't get children's names drowned out by the applause for the student prior. But we will be beginning, we're going to do this alphabetically by major, so if the communication arts students will please rise and approach the stage. I have used a couple of 8th grade teachers up here to help me get certificates. That would be lovely. Okay, and we begin with Parker Bowden. The stage, come on. Come work with me here. Okay. Brooke Barry. Abe Gordon. Benjamin Block. Delaney Bowershots. Colin Consavage. Ryan Corvell. Natalia Coutinho. George Cross. Saki Grewal. Heidi Hoffman. Sarah Kupchak. Jared Law. Melissa Lopez Alvarez. Richie Mayfield. Oh my God, it's my bestie, Lily Palmer. Tiffany Cecile. Jack Spore. Aaron Thomas. Gianluca Warner. Tommy Wolford is not here today. Our communication arts major. Okay, and we begin, once again, remember, we're waiting till the end. We begin with Anya Batista. We're not waiting till the end. Trinity Bingham. Jillian Cantagalo. Alyssa Catrona. Nina Goza. Taylor Inman Moran. Rebecca Plum. Caroline Leone. Molly Marshall. Grayson Martin. Delaney McKenzie. Celeste Muchler. Kylie Price. Charles Rossing. Kylie Shelton. And Rose Grace Van Dyke. music majors will please rise and approach the stage. And we begin with Nadia Akala. Vilina Akala. Chloe Burris. Harika Chitalapati. Gianna Dixon. Tor Frisbee. Nolan Gallagher. Marissa Johnson. Quentin Houston. Kevin Kenny. Allison Slavundi. Kevin Mitchell. Condon Oscar, second. Ready? Valeria Sanchez Ortiz. Bhavani Shaw. And Pragya Singh. Our piano majors will please rise and approach the stage. And we begin with Lauren Alston. Kimora Briscoe. Isabel Bruni. Julia Chang. Leah Frost. Alexander German. Taryn Kamani. Sriyansh Polipapa. Rose Locke. Lila Love. Luke Morrow. Ajay Mudalamane. Mikey Oliver. Nicholas Raven. Jeremiah Raven. Samantha Rollison. And Daphne at this time, the communication arts majors have prepared a short film. We will get back to certificates in a few minutes. Up in the booth, if we can bring the lights down so that we can see this. And everybody, who might want to have a seat, get comfortable, take your seat. Those were some different song choices this year. Little Frank in there, that was good stuff. All right, we're on strings, aren't we? If the strings majors, well, please rise and approach the stage. And we begin with Genevieve Reed. Aijana Dollar. Alessia Foresta. Did we lose our slideshow? Oh, hey. Still going? All right. All right. Viva Venturi. Ashley Jimenez Diaz. Move to contact. Harpreet Power. Giada McNamara. Madison Myers. Alana Mays. Dakota Nickel. And Grace Willerton. If our theater arts majors will please rise to the stage. And we begin with Violet Burns. Rosemary Campbell. Robert Petrone. Zachary Pekine. Emma Dominic. Katie Spedizani. Kai Holden. Jalen Howell. Lucy Lopez Murphy. Christian Lopez. Deja Matthews. Naomi Miller. Shannon O'Sullivan. Colette McVeigh.
Leanna Smith. And Jessica Stanley. And if our visual arts majors will please rise and approach the stage. We begin with Isabella DeCarolina. Caitlin Grant. Ella Howard. Zuri Glenn Finucane. Emily Lee. Cooper Martin. Liliana McNicholas. Rishi Mola. Sam Penn. Jaden Parker. Elon Peters. Caitlin Sawyer. Charles Seifert. Samantha Tran. Leland Willigus. And Sarah Zuniga Sosa. And finally, will our vocal music major please rise? And we begin with Sarah Brick. Montserrat Harmona Cesareno. May Ellen Clark. Isabella Corlisa. Ariana Downs. Isa L. Kayla Espejo. Haley Hambrick. Catherine Houston. Ellie Lacey. Ty Lewis. Savannah Moore. Nithya Malampati. Gary Martin. Carlos Mayo Jimenez. Tommy Moe. Amelia Moss. Adelaide Norrie. Colin Noah. Mackenzie Ritchie. Andrew Joseph Shepard. Sophia Stewart.
I'm clapping for myself.
Anna Travis. And Samantha Vieira. Ladies and gentlemen, Calloway's 8th grade class of 2019. Before I turn the performance back over to Mr. Lashman, 6th and 7th grade, we need to dismiss you to lunch. Parents who are still standing, you may want to run for your lives at this point because the 6th and 7th grade students are going to be exiting so that they can go to lunch.
Now, the 8th grade vocal majors are proud to perform their last piece for you. It is called For Just a Little While, and we would like to dedicate it to the graduating class of 2023. During our time at the school, it has been a fun and different learning experience for us all. We have met our best friends or even made new ones. We will always remember the relationships we have made with the students, staff, and even sports coaches. Some of us have to say goodbye and remember the good and bad times we had together. Because even if we don't admit it, we will surely miss this great school. So like this last sentence doesn't really make any sense. We'll just ignore it. Okay, but those who stay will definitely cherish all the new memories for just a little while. See, it doesn't really make any sense, but I had to use the song title. So like, in there, you know, something in my shoes and stuff. Enjoy the song.
Just a little while we were here together.
we can have any singers who are not vocal majors up here for me or others. In 1994, I was asked to find a song that we could do for our first finale. And I chose this song, and we've been doing this piece every single year to finish off the finale. But each year we put a little twist on it. We've definitely put some twists in this time too. So enjoy. This is May Your Roads Be Straight and Narrow.
on behalf of all of us, I'd like to say some words about quotes that your 8th graders said. So when we asked what you miss most about you, they said how you always make us laugh and how you always care so much about us. And your class is actually the highlight of our days, getting to see you and make music with you. It's just so much fun. And we really, really miss you. And your drive and need to push us and make us better while stressful at times is what makes us proud to be here. It really is. And so these past 2 years have been a blast, and I'm really going to miss you. And so now we have the 8th grade vocal music majors performing Bye Bye Lastman.
We will be having a reception out in the lobby for our 8th graders. And please remember to move your cars by 10:45. One last time, ladies and gentlemen, the 8th grade class. Thank you for everything, including the it appears to be always last minute changes that happen.
Honestly, if that was the biggest problem we had, I think that was the biggest problem we had.
It was the only problem.
It may have been. It was smooth and beautiful. Nothing but pleasing things. Smooth and beautiful. Did you see me not helping the situation? Listen, you don't have to be there.
You can like you're like totally
Okay, so left jacket behind.
right down here. Here's the thing though, like I would have to drive all the way up, go get her to bring her back down to the driver.
So you get to see your kid. And
Yeah, I'm over her. I throw my trash down there.
Never going to see her again. 2 nights ago. I was like, I love her, and I'll never see her grow up.
Huh? With me? Sure.
What do we need for tonight? What do we need for tonight?
I literally didn't even think about that, so you might as well just keep a mic. Keep mic 1 here. And then let me look up. I don't know. Good question. I'm probably just going to leave this stuff here then. I completely forgot about that. Thanks.
You're not here tonight, right?
Yes and no. Maybe. Who knows? I'm trying to find.